Well, hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens. This is part two of a two-part recap. If you're like, hey, wait a minute, I didn't hear part one. Guys, it's because we put out a lot of recaps. Go back and listen to part one, okay? It's before this one. Bye. Enjoy the show.
So then, dun. Speaking of which, here's Tamra. So
I think just to answer your question, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but just to answer your question, I think it's because when they thought Tamra quit and was off the show, they didn't give a shit. They were just ready to ghost her forever. But now that they know she's coming back and that she can traumatize them for another season, they're like, oh, we better be nice. But
exactly.
I think that should show Tamra how much these people think of all of her, because they're immediately all ready to write her off and never speak to her again.
That's exactly correct. So she shows up and she's like, "You thought you can't get rid of me that quickly, bitch? I'm back." So Emily's like, "Oh, wow, are you mad at me?" She's like, "Well, I'm just sad. Sad that you didn't call me, bitch." She's like, "Well, no, I had a lot of stuff going on with Luke and I haven't shared it with you, but he has an eating disorder. We came back from New Orleans, he had regressed. And what I'm trying to say is I'm going to use my son's situation as a get out of jail card with why I didn't talk to you. And this is why you shouldn't be mad at me." And I'm like, this
doesn't
lady
eat 90% of foods either. We're still friends with her.
But like, also, this lady just threatened to quit the show, jeopardize the entire flow of the season. Like, that could have messed up so many things for all of them. And they're just like, "Oh yeah, welcome back," like without anything. And I just feel like it's such a double standard when it comes to Katie. Like the amount of aggression that they show Katie and the amount of fury that's aimed in her direction.
So Tamara's like,
Yeah, well, part of my problem.
oh, because Gina, of course, runs up too. And she's like, I genuinely love you. That's why I'm like, just go to fucking bed. You get it? And she's like, yeah,
I know. Part of my problem is that I'm finding this out in therapy. It's just that, you can, hold on, wait for this. This is a huge breakthrough, everybody. I don't know how to practice emotion.
Yeah, but like, don't push us away when you do it. Like, don't push us. And Emily's like, "When you're upset, can you like share with us?" God. Like,
yeah. Tamara really has a problem sharing when she's upset. What the fuck are you two on about? Like, seriously, could you please just find a better way to kiss ass? You've been kissing ass for a decade now. You'd think you'd be better at this.
Well, also, like, before Tamara got there, Gina was acting like, "I'm so over Tamara. I'm so over." And then Tamara gets there, and then Gina's like, "Okay, you know what? I might as well just get this over with." Ugh. Like, she's like me. She gets up from the sofa, acting like, "I'll say hello. I'll be nice, and I'll just whatever. We'll move on." And so you think she's gonna be like, "Hi, Tamara," but she goes up and she's like, "You know what? Like, I miss you." Like, she's so like, "I love you. You just have to like let me know. Like, I love you." I'm like, well, it's so fake. Her pretending like she is actually like, it's not pretending. It's that like the way she just craters to Tamara's will time and time again.
So Tamara's like,
"Well, you've got Katie and this fucking girl. Everything's hurting my feelings. How can I not be upset about it again? How can I not?"
and Gina's like, "Don't you worry about her. Okay, we've got her. We've got Katie. We've got a plan. We've got a plan." And Emma's like, "Yeah, today is going to be a personally pivotal day in this group. Pivotal."
So Katie is like, "I feel sick. I feel kind of sick. I'll be right back." Because Katie knows she's about to get busted. So she like goes to the bathroom and everything. And then Heather's
well,
like,
I mean, you show up to an event with a bunch of women. No one will look at you. No one will speak to you. Of course she's freaking, of course she feels like shit.
Everyone's like, "Oh my God, she must like already know that there's a lie detector and she's already freaking,
Yeah. So Heather's like, Tamra, there's homework. Okay, burning questions that you want to know. Like, it's like yes or no questions. Like, did you forget to call me on your birthday? Polygraph things. Easy stuff, Tamra.
Sophia should you for you. Hey, wait, if it's the Persian New Year, is it 2026 or 2025? Because it's 2025. What, is it Swiss in the gear?
So they're like joking about what year it is, like Persian calendar, Hebrew year, all that stuff. Katie finally comes out of the bathroom and Emily's like, "Okay, everyone gather around. I just want to give a little Persian New Year speech." I gave you all a packet of questions because I thought in order to move forward, maybe we need to ask each other some deeper questions and really get to the truth. Which, by the way, none of these questions are deep. These are petty questions. But I thought we'd ask some deeper questions and get to the truth because I feel like there's a lot of things going on that are splitting the group. So today, what we're going to do is take a lie detector test.
Ooh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I've never had one of those. This sounds amazing. Thank you, Emily. Thank you for having me to your Persian lie party. This is going to be amazing. And Katie's just like, great. I can't do this. I have a lot of trauma about lie detector tests in my dreams. Please.
Well, I'm a truth teller, so this doesn't bother me whatsoever, bitch. So this is not what I signed up for today. You know what I did sign up for? I signed up for a green smoothie at Creation, and I did not receive it. That's what I'm telling you about. That's what I signed up for.
Yeah. And Katie is like, yeah, I don't want to do this. And so here we go. And so they start going into the lie detector. We see them all going in separately. They're cutting it all together, but we see them all going in. And Emily sits down and she's got her legs crossed and she's like, oh my God, this feels like a very Sharon Stone moment to me. And then she starts uncrossing her legs and my dog started howling. I was like, please don't do this. Please don't do this to me.
Yeah.
No one deserves this. And how long have you been holding that line in? Because you set this whole thing up. Like, she set up the set and then she's like, oh, wow, don't really look like Sharon Stone. Oh, I've got a meatball in my pocket.
Hey, wait, that's Meatball. Please don't hit Meatball. You took my dog.
So then the examiner's talking about like, well, it's going to be reading your blood and your sweat and your breathing. And Gina's like, what is the body response? And he's like saying it's like the breathing and everything. And the female examiner with her very intense bangs. I mean, she sort of looks like a side character on like NCIS. She's like, some questions on this test, they're just going to sound odd to you. It's like, let me see how you respond. But most important thing is that you don't move. Because when you move, it looks like a reaction and a reaction looks like a lie. So then Gina's like, there.
So then you're saying if someone was sitting there maybe like kind of nervously fiddling that everything might sound like a lie? I mean, why are we believing these people?
I know, that's the thing. Polygraphs really, I don't think you can even really submit a polygraph in a court of law, right? I think they're too
No, but of course, Emily, the lawyer, would be the one to bring up the most unreliable form of evidence to the show.
Yeah. So the lady is like, is your first name Emily? Yes. Is your first name Jennifer? I believe so. Thank you so much for asking me that. My name is Jennifer. Thank you. And what's your name? Don't ask me my name. Do you know how to ride a bicycle?
Yes, bitch. I also know how to ride Eddie.
Bicycle? Yeah, I ride a hog. That's what I ride, you fucking pussy. Hey, you want to ride on my hog? You can't even do it, you fucking pussy.
Okay, Tamara, calm down.
Sorry, I'm learning in therapy. I don't understand emotions.
So now we get into the juicy questions. The first one to Heather Dubrow. Would you rather be a housewife of Beverly Hills?
That was the best question.
She's like, would I rather have a house and be a wife in that house in Beverly Hills? And we just don't see her answer. She's definitely trying to be like, she's furious, but she's trying to be like super cool at the same time. And it's a struggle.
Then they ask Jen, are you currently keeping any secrets? I don't remember secrets. So no, I don't really keep anything. I don't even know my address, honestly. It's programmed into my car.
I don't even use that deodorant. So then she's like, well, what is half of 10 times 5? Oh, half of 10 times 5 is 5. Right?
Oh, well, half of 10 times 5. So 10 times 5 is
35.
I don't know math.
Half of 35, 4. 10 times 5 is 35. Divide that by 2, you get 4. Thank you. Next question.
Literal idiot. I love it. So they ask Heather if she can speak Russian, and she says, "Niet." I played it. I played Russian. So
I was in the running to have a part in Honora, but unfortunately, that went to someone else, but I did learn a few words for that, yes.
I am still doing research on the role by having sex with Terry, though, because who else would do that but a prostitute?
I was in the running to be someone who ran the ice cream shop that got vandalized by young people in Brooklyn. Thank you.
So that was a candy shop. I guess they had ice cream
candy
too.
Shop. No,
I couldn't believe they destroyed that whole candy store on Coney Island. Isn't Coney Island going through enough?
Excuse me, but when I read for the part, it was a frozen yogurt shop, and when I didn't get it, what I heard is that the actor insisted it be a candy shop, and if they had worked with me, they could have kept their original version and their vision of a yogurt shop. Thank you.
So they asked Gina if Travis has big balls. And she's like,
Oh my God, like I'm panicking right now because like I haven't seen that many balls. Like I think they're big.
so do you talk badly about Heather Dubrow in front of your children, Emily? And she's like, oh no. And then they asked Tamara, was she really told she was on the spectrum of autism? And so we see a flashback to her podcast with her going,
I'm on the spectrum, bitch. I'm on the spectrum of bitch, bitch.
And then they ask Heather they asked Gina if she keeps Heather around for her real estate contacts, which I 100% believe too. Well, I don't think 100%. She said she keeps her around. I think she said, like, I don't want to offend Heather because she's important to my business. They're all such liars, and none of these answers were true either. Okay, I won't get into that yet. We still have a long way to go.
Yeah. Then, did you call the paparazzi to meet you at Disneyland? What? I don't even understand what this means. And then, did you make contact with Slade's ex to dig up information? Which, by the way, this is such a Gretchen question. She asked this question like it's on the top of any viewer's mind. Like no one cares or remembers. Like, oh, like Slade being a deadbeat, whatever. That was that was so long ago. And to be like, finally, we're going to get to the bottom of whether or not Tamara called someone. I'm like, Gretchen, you can do better than that, honestly.
Yeah, and they show us a reunion like 15 faces ago. And where they ask her, where Slade is like, oh, Michelle said Tamara called her fishing for information. And Tamara's like,
I did not. That's a lie. That's a lie.
So then Shannon is like, well, I'm really not looking forward to going in there for this. I just have, I have nightmares. I have nightmares where I am in a lie detector test and they tell me, Shannon, you lied. And I didn't lie. I told the truth. And they're blonde every single time. And they're giving me a lie detector test on the beach. And David is just sitting there eating a chip slowly, as Alfredo digs a grave for me and starts to lower me in while I've still got straps on my arm saying, here lies Shannon, lie door. Here lies Shannon, but door. I didn't lie.
Like, ma'am, just a yes or no question.
Well, we got Shannon's results back. They're 97 pages.
She broke the polygraph.
Well, a recurring dream that I have is that I go to Madagascar, one of my favorite restaurants, and the parrot looks at me and goes, Polly, want a cracker? And I say, sure do. And it turns out it was saying polygraph, and I have accidentally signed up for a polygraph. It makes me very upset.
So now she goes in and they ask if she made out with multiple men in Newport, and she's like, oh, you bet your bottom dollar I did. Do you want a friendship with Tamara? And now she's done, and now it's Katie and Gretchen's turn. Dun, 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 dun.
So then the examiner's like, please do not lie to me today. And Katie's like, well, I mean, this makes me so anxious. I don't know. I'm anxious. She goes, well, polygraphs don't work off of anxiety. I'm like, yeah, but like if you move because of your anxiety, the polygraph does get affected.
That's
from
what
that
you just said, ma'am. That's your own evidence that you brought. First of all, what polygraph examiner says, please don't lie to me today before you sit down? This lady is terrible at this. Whatever actress they got is terrible. So Katie's like, I'm just anxious. And she goes, well, are you normally an anxious person? And she's like, with this group, have you seen this group? They smashed eggs on their lawn before a lie detector test party. Are you kidding?
So then downstairs, Heather's like, Gretchen, have you spoke to her at all? Have you spoken to her? And then Jen's like, no, but she's very upset over something. I don't know why Gretchen's so upset. And Emily says, well, I bet Gretchen met with Kiki and Gina knows. So of course, like Emily knows something. And then Tamara's like, get the lie detector test batch. Did you see Kiki yesterday, Gina? She's like, oh my God, my blood pressure is like going through the roof already. And she's basically says like, I know what's going on, but it's not my place to say anything. So for once, all season, I'm not going to speak in someone else's place.
And so then we go to Katie's exam room, and Katie's freaking out. She's like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. Can I close my eyes? Is that okay? Can I close my eyes? Do you have a teddy bear I can hug? That would be great. Can the teddy bear answer my questions?
Can I go to sleep? Do you mind if I just go to sleep?
Have you planted stories about Tamara in the media? And Gret's like, no. Katie, oh my God, my heart is pumping. Katie, have you leaked any stories to the press? And she goes, no. Oh my God, I feel sick. Oh my God, who wrote this question? Oh my God. Oh. Do you have a paper bag? Do you have a paper bag?
By the way, I was so stressed watching this. I was stressed for Katie because she was so stressed. Like, it was honestly, it did not look good for Katie at this point. I was like, oh, she's really acting super guilty. Or maybe it could be the inverse where like, you're innocent, but you feel like you're acting guilty. So then you act crazy. But like, oh, I was really stressed about all this. And so then they ask Gretchen, like, did you go to the hospital for naked wasted? And she's like, no. And then the lady asks Katie, did Gretchen tell you she was drugged and went to the hospital? And Katie's like, yes. So then they ask Gretchen, did you tell Katie and Jen that you were drugged? And she says no. And then did you tell Kiki Gretchen was drugged and hospitalized? And Katie says no. So there's a lot of like, there's a lot of.
But then where would
here?
But it's so silly that Katie's even lying about this, and that's a huge one that she's lying about. Because where else would Kiki Monique get that? That's crazy.
Kiki's not gonna lie.
Why would Kiki just make that up? Be like, oh yeah, I talked to her and she said she was roofied that day, RHOC. Go tell Dave Quinn. Like what? It's just such a random thing to make up about somebody.
Yeah.
And she's also claiming that Gretchen said it. So you're claiming that Gretchen told you she went to the hospital and was drugged, but you didn't tell Kiki Monique that, but Kiki came up with that on her own randomly? Come on, Katie. Come on, man.
Yeah. So Katie is saying like that she really hopes that all the naked waste stuff comes to light because she's tired of being the fall person for all of Gretchen's lies. And Gretchen's like,
I know I was telling the truth, so I'm confident it's going to prove my innocence, and she's a liar.
So then Katie's like, the truth always comes to light, and Gretchen's going to know I'm not covering for her anymore.
Oh my
congratulations.
gosh.
You two have both fallen into Tamara's plan and are at each other's throats just as she wanted.
Yep.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial.
So now the results are here, and the lady comes out and she sits them all down. Emily, do you think you're a better lawyer than Shane? And she's like, absolutely. That's correct. You passed. Do you talk badly about Heather in front of your children? No. She goes, that is true. You pass that. Okay. Yeah. Already you're discredited. Get the fuck out of here. You're a liar.
Get it out.
You're a liar.
Remove it. Clear the polygraph.
Clear this woman. Clear the bangs.
Valentina,
clear the bangs.
Valentina, get the polygraph out of here. Further away.
Yeah, Katie's like, well, that's bullshit. So, Gina, did you say you keep Heather around for her real estate contacts?
No.
You passed. Bullshit. I don't believe it. And she's like,
Oh, thank the literal Lord. Thank literal Jesus. Yeah.
Gina's like,
well, I've never even heard of real estate contacts before. Like, they make contacts for real estate? Like, that's amazing. Are they like AccuView? Like, I don't know about that.
Does it just help you see kitchens better?
Yeah, so like, why would I keep Heather around for something I never even heard of before?
well, I wouldn't have believed it anyway.
But say that when you asked the question.
Oh, yeah, I did. I asked that.
the whole thing of Gina using me for real estate connections is so silly to me. Because even if she were, I would never give them to her. Not even an issue.
Okay, Tamara, did you contact Slade's ex to dig up information? She's like,
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember if she reached out to me or if I reached out to her. I don't remember. So I just said yes. I mean, that I did. I spoke with her. I did speak with her. So I don't know. It's so long ago, guys.
Yeah, Tamara's basically like, I said yes because I couldn't remember and I figured it would tell me I was lying if I said no. So I just said yes. And like, that's, you passed. It's like,
you passed by
so
lying. Only Tamara could pass something by fucking lying about it boldly.
So Gretchen's like,
so Gretchen's
Her ass, and it's going to prove that she's a liar. And if she doesn't admit the truth, she just wants to hear anything to make Slade look like he was a deadbeat. There's a manipulation and a calculation and intent behind every single thing that woman does.
you're the
also
one who
Slade's
keeps on talking
probably a
about.
deadbeat.
Yeah, well, there's that too. But also, Gretchen, like I personally had forgotten about all that, and you're the one who keeps on bringing up, reminding us that Slade like had deadbeat accusations.
And also, that wasn't just stuff that Tamara brought. Like, she didn't just bring it up and that's where it came from. It was in all the blogs and stuff too. That lady was like, didn't she post Kickstarter asking for money for the kid's funeral because Slade wouldn't pay? I mean, there were a lot of bad stories and they didn't come from Tamara. They came from her. They came from the wife. So maybe talk to her. I don't know.
Talk to her. So then the examiner asked, like, the question to Tamara was, do you want a friendship with Shannon? She's like, yes. She's like, yes, you passed that. And were you told you were on the spectrum of autism? Yes. You failed that one. Maybe there's something to the polygraph after all.
How could I even fail that one?
And then we see a flashback to her talking to the therapist, and the therapist said, okay, so do you remember when we brought up if the spectrum could possibly be a part of it? So it's hard to say until you get an assessment. So she never said you were on the spectrum. She said that you should probably get assessed for it, Tamara. But Tamara's like,
That's bullshit. Why don't everybody be so mean to me?
So, Jennifer, did you befriend Tamara with ulterior motives? No, I didn't. You passed. Thank you so much.
Oh, God,
Break me a break. Break me off the piece of that twit cat bar, okay? Give me a break.
so do you trust Katie Janella? And Jen's like, yes, you passed that one as well. My bangs and I both approve. And so Jen's like, I mean, I know I can be naive, but I do trust Katie. I love Katie. Katie's so trustworthy. I trust her with everything. I leave her my children. I wonder if she'd sign a loan. What's 5 times 50 divided by 8 plus 3? I just don't know. I still don't know.
I'll ask Ryan. He's really good with math. It always works out well for him. So then Katie is like, she just likes, Katie is saying that it feels good to have a true friend because the polygraph says that, like, Jen does trust her. So then, do you have any serious reservations about marrying Ryan? She goes, no, I don't. And then this lady goes, yeah, you reacted significantly to that question. Liar, liar, pants on fire is the scale that we judged, and your pants are on fire.
Wait a minute. Does that mean that I failed that? She's like, yeah, it was basically math. She's like, oh my God, I failed it. Jeez.
She goes, significantly. You significantly failed that. Okay, thanks for the editorial commentary, Bangs.
This lady is terrible. I'm not believing this lady for 2 seconds. Where did they get her? This party sitter lie detector lady. So party sitter. Did I say party sitter? Party city.
That's where she came from. Party sitter. Not even Party City. Party sitter. She's from Sensations in Newport Beach.
So Jen says she's just so nervous about getting married. And that's why she has reservations, because she doesn't want to go through a divorce again. So Shannon made out with multiple men in Newport. That was true. And,
Absolutely.
does she want a friendship with Tamara?
Maybe. I'm very confused.
Okay. That was passed, even though it was confusing. And Tamara's like,
Yeah, I do miss my friendship with Shannon. I just think Shannon knows my heart, and she knows that I've always been good to her, which is why she won't speak to me for being really horrible to her. But she knows I'm a good person and I love her, which is why she hates me for being a bad person and hating her. I know it's all really dumb.
Shannon just always needs 2 seasons to get over something. She takes her She takes a long time to get over it, but to give her 2 seasons, they'll be back and friends next season, I guarantee.
But also, Tamara's fucking terrible. I love that Tamara's like, oh yeah, she knows I'm a good person and I'm always good to her. What? No, you're not. When was this? What season was this? Because I watched them all, ma'am.
Then my favorite question and reaction of the night. Heather, would you rather be a housewife of Beverly Hills? She goes,
yes.
Yes. And they go, it's true. She goes,
an emphatic
closer.
yes.
It's closer, guys. I love she immediately is like ready. She's like, it's closer. I live in Beverly Hills. And I told them everyone's going to be pissed and say, you think you're better than us. And I say, I don't think that at all. I know it. So let me be in Beverly Hills. I'm next to Drake already. I'm next to Bron Lays from the Lakers. Let me be there. I'm with the rich people already.
I love that she uses that she lives in Beverly Hills as her excuse when she moved to Beverly Hills trying to get on that show.
I know.
You dummy. So they're like, whatever. No one's surprised. And Gina's like,
Oh my God. She's basically like, she prefers a better commute. I'm like, you gotta drive her. You gotta drive her.
I mean, I think commute is not nothing, Gina. Did you see Kiki's face when she came and met you in Madagascar?
2 hours each way. Yeah, that's a lot to go hang out in your fucking 1 bedroom. Okay.
Exactly. That's a long drive just to go meet you at a Color Me Mine in, Tustin. So then the next one, did you call the paparazzi to meet you at Disneyland? And Heather goes, no. Yes, you failed on that one as well. Well, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I didn't call the paparazzi. I've already sworn on my children's lives. I didn't do it. Oh, I'm remembering now. I was in character, of course, because when I was auditioning for Nora, I had to play a woman who was calling paparazzi on a yogurt shop. It all makes sense now.
I will never forgive Wendy Malick for taking that role from me.
When you see Wendy Malick and Nora, just know she earned that role the bad way. And I'll let you just think about how that works.
So, of course, Katie loves this because that was Katie who accused her of that. So Jen's like, well, I just don't know why Heather doesn't say, you know what? You know how amazing I am. I just pick up the phone and paparazzi shows up at Disney. I would pick up the phone and they'd be like, who? Who are you? I mean, it's just so hard. It really is.
Poor Jen can't get the paparazzi to take pictures of her around Orange County. That's because many of them live in Los Angeles. They don't want to make the commute. So then now here it is, the main event. Gretchen, did you tell Katie and Jen that you were a drug? I said no. That was truthful. And Tamara claps. Why is Tamara clapping?
Because it's bullshit. Because this is all
It was
bullshit.
a sarcastic clap.
Yes. So did you go to the hospital after Naked Wasted?
I said no.
That was truthful. Well, we know that's not true because she just said last week that she went to the hospital to Tamara and Shannon, which of course they point out. So Tamara's like,
Yeah, I'm suspicious because I said point blank back, did you go to the hospital? And she said, flashback, doodle-doo, doodle-doo. I did say the next day, yeah, I went to the hospital because I was so sick.
So
why didn't they bring it up right then and there?
Because this one thing this show does every single year is they go after one person and they just hammer them, right? And so I think that it's just solidarity. They're like, this is the time we're hammering Katie. Shannon doesn't want to turn it back to her. She's just like, it's Katie's on the chopping block. Let's just hammer Katie. We'll get to the rest of this stuff later.
Priorities.
Yeah, they'll bring it up later. I'm sure they're going to be like, you're a fucking liar, Gretchen.
There is this, which is that when Gretchen said she went to the hospital, maybe that was the lie. Maybe she never went to the hospital, but for whatever reason, she lied to Tamara and Shannon. It still means she lied. I mean, she has 2 different stories. So she lied with one of the stories. I tend to
She was lying then or she's lying now. So
yes,
this examiner's full of shit.
I think she's lying now. I think she went to the hospital because it lines up perfectly with Katie's new narrative. And that's the narrative that I enjoy the most. So I'm going to use
it's like a choose your own adventure,
you don't understand the way that my brain is working like overtime to get my workarounds to be on Team Katie right now. Cause it's not easy, but like I'm coming up with all the logic. I'm doing all the warped logic to make it fit.
Well, I mean, look, we've seen Katie lie a zillion times. So as far as being on her side with that, no, I think she's totally lying about everything. But I do, not everything. I believe that she's lying. It's just that she's lied so much about this leading up to it that now we literally don't know what to think. But she's completely untrustworthy. I will say that. But this cast is still disgusting, and they've all just been caught lying multiple times. So I just don't understand why it's okay to like kick one person out and bully them when you've just all proven to be fucking liars. So now,
and like you've all failed different parts of your polygraph, and then Gretchen, who actually passes everything, no one believes that she's saying the truth. Everyone's like, this is a lie. This is not right. So you all know each other lie. It's all proven that you guys all lie if you're to take this on face value, and you all believe that each other lie. But like Katie,
but they're also like all discrediting the lie detector test at the same time. That's why this cast is so dumb. Tamara's like, well, that's not true. This lie detector is bullshit. And Heather's like, well, that's not true. This lie detector is bullshit. But then when it comes to Katie, they're like, oh no, this lie detector is 100% correct. Get her out of the house.
Remove her.
Dummies. So did you tell Katie that Gretchen said she was drugged and hospitalized? And Katie says no, which we all know is a damn lie. And she's like, you failed that one. Did you play the recording of Shannon for Alexis? No, you failed that one too. Did Gretchen tell you she was drugged and went to the hospital? Yes.
You literally said yes?
Kitty goes, it's a polygraph. So then Gretchen, so then Heather's like, did she pass that one? No, she failed that one. You did the worst out of everyone.
Yeah. She goes, and those questions for you about Gretchen, you failed those very badly. Very badly. I say as a professional. What the fuck? So Heather's like, oh my God, this is like the boy who cried wolf. I mean, Katie's lips are moving. She's lying. Did you get that? Okay, no, you're too far behind the bush. Come a little bit out. I don't want bush leaves. Okay, you got it? Oh God. Dave just got my pictures. I didn't call him though. He already knew we were going to be here.
I also just enjoyed Heather mangling the thing. You're supposed to say, how do you know when Katie's lying? Her lips are moving. But instead she's like, this is like the boy who cried wolf. Katie's lips are moving, so she's lying. I was like, oh, Heather, you really mangled that one up. I say that as someone who mangles things every single day on this podcast. That was a big mangle.
So Katie is like, I didn't lie, Gretchen. We sat at dinner and everyone heard it. I'm not the only one saying this. Jen was there. Ryan was there. Matt was there. Tamara's like,
what dinner? What dinner did you have? I've checked the lots at Mozambique.
No, she's talking about when we went to Maestro's.
And Katie is like, she's like, Slade even called Matt and said, don't share this.
No, he did not. You were literally making this up.
No, I'm not. Jen, help me out. She's like, why are you looking at me? I'm still trying to figure out 5 times 10. It's a lot of numbers.
Because I'm not lying.
Well, first of all, I met with Kiki yesterday, and she told me that you said that to her.
And Katie's like, I didn't. I swear to God. I mean, listen, you said that you were drugged. You went to the hospital and that you were drugged, but I didn't tell Kiki. She just made that up on her own randomly after having lunch with me, even though it was the truth, but she didn't know it was the truth because I never told her anything about it. It's like, Katie, oh my gosh, Katie, you're so bad at this. Like, I can't with you. God.
Wait a second. Oh, we're talking about Kiki Monique. Oh, I thought all these questions were about Kiki from Miami. Oh yeah, no, that's why I failed the polygraph. You guys, everything's fine. Everything's fine. So Jen is like, no, we were sitting here and, we talked about this. And I said, did she say she was sick as shit? And Gretchen's like,
and I said I was so sick that I should have gone to the hospital. That's what I said.
Now, let's say Gretchen is telling the truth right here. Is there just any room for like the possibility that something was misheard? Like, why does everyone think that everyone hears things perfectly? Oh my God, my memory is so bad. Like, how many times do I mangle all sorts of just headlines I've just read? How many times do I forget all sorts of little tiny details? It's called getting old. And I just don't know why there's just no space for that.
Because Gretchen said on camera, trying to hide her face and whisper so that she wasn't heard, that she did go to the hospital because she felt so sick. I mean, she said it to Tamara and Shannon. We saw it. They showed it in this episode. So I mean, Gretchen's lying. Gretchen's just fucking lying. She's lying about something. So Katie's like, it has to be wrong. I'll take it again. I'll take it again. I know 1000% I told the truth wholeheartedly. Well, maybe except for that last part. But, you know, even then, like, I kind of told the truth. I mostly told the truth. I'll take it again. I'll do it again. And Gretchen's like, I feel like an idiot because you could just stop there. And you're right. And Gina's like, by the way, you tried to chuck me under the bus and tried to tell her that I said last year, insinuating that I was racist. What you said was fucking problematic, Gina. It was. It was. And she has the right. She has the right to tell her experience to someone else. And that was caught on camera too. We all saw it. So
yeah, Gina, this one. Like, and also like, how dare you even try to bring that into this? How dare you try to like get some sort of like sanctimonious upper ground in this situation that you're really not part of by injecting this part in? Like, you were wrong there. Sorry. There's no wiggle room for me on that one. So Katie explained, she's like, she grew up in a predominantly white suburb, and sometimes people don't know how racially charged they sound. And she says, I don't think Gina knows that it came out that way, but it did. And it made me feel horrible. Yeah. Because you're also basically shaming her. Like, if Katie says, I'm like, I want to showcase Asian designers, and she hasn't done it yet, you're shaming her and making her feel shitty. And it's like, I just don't think it's obviously not Gina's place to do that.
Yeah. So she's like,
you've lost your credibility with anybody here.
Yeah, Katie, maybe you should go. Okay.
Which is what we've been saying
Emily.
To Emily
so
and
you
Gina
set
for
this
about
up
6
because
years.
Yes, true. And Emily's just saying this because she set it up because she's so mad that the nanny heard her talk. The nanny, that her kid said that she talks shit about Adam DeBro. I mean, how childish are you that this is how angry you are about something so fucking stupid? It's just so stupid. So Katie's like, okay, I'll go. But you did say that to me. And Gina's like,
you should have addressed it then and not gone to the press about it.
So now Katie leaves and she's talking to the producer outside and she's like, this is bullshit. I didn't lie, Kendall. And he's like, so Gretchen did tell you that? She's like, yes. And Jen was sitting right there. And that's what makes me so upset. She heard it. So Katie's mad because Jen didn't back her up, and she could have.
Yeah.
But, you know, look, Jen could have backed her up, but you're the one who got messy and ran. I mean, look, ultimately, Katie did all this to herself. So there's part of it that's just like, you can't do this to yourself and then get mad at your friend for not getting pulled into your war. She didn't choose to go blab this to some blogger. You did. You were the one who did.
And she had many exit ramps at like any time. She could have said, I mean, I said this to Kiki, but I didn't think it was a big deal because it was so many years ago. It was just, we were just chatting. I didn't think it was going to come out, but obviously that was a lapse in my judgment. It was not meant to like throw you under the bus or like,
yeah, it was just gossiping, you know, I was just gossiping.
I didn't realize,
like, oh my God, this show's crazy. You know?
And I forgot that like, you have to like, you know, be careful with these sort of things. But she had many chances to diffuse it, and she didn't. And that's, you know, that is definitely on Katie. But the gang up is so vicious. It's so over the top. It's so bloodthirsty that it just doesn't feel like the punishment fits the crime in this situation. I think that's what we're all reacting to.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that these ladies are a bunch of hypocrites. And throwing having someone over just to like gang up on them and throw them off and then refuse to film with them and all of this shit when you guys are still literally filming a show with Tamara is crazy to me. That's crazy. So now Gret back inside, Tamara's like, well, wait, she admitted to meeting with Kiki? And Gretchen's like, yeah, she said she met with Kiki, but she said to me and Gina in the car, I've never even mentioned Gretchen's name to Kiki. And Jen's like, yeah, she told me she doesn't even talk about it. So I asked her, why do you meet with them? Because you don't feel like your friends feel like you meet with those bloggers and discuss us? And she said, well, Jen, I don't discuss you. And then I said, well, then, you know, stop. They're not your friend. We're your friends. You should be going to people to discuss your friends. And Tamara's like,
okay, so Gretchen, you never told her that you were roofied or went to the hospital?
And she goes, no. She goes,
because she sat right here right now and said Slade called Matt.
And she goes, well, he did call Matt.
He did call Matt, but what I understood was he called Matt saying, what the fuck is your wife out saying and doing? Like, what is she doing? And now she's spinning something to some other thing.
in the middle of all this, Annabelle appears in the doorway and waves like to her mom, like, bye, like she's going off somewhere. I'm like, Annabelle's been in the house during this entire crazy situation when they're yelling at each other. There's polygraphs going on. And you've got poor Annabelle here. Okay, Emily, like.
Classy, Emily.
Talk about
fucking classy.
lapses of
She just kind of
judgment.
waves her off. Yeah, she just kind of waves her off. We're bullying people. Go have fun at school or do whatever you're supposed to be doing right now.
So Katie's like, Matt and Slade and Ryan have all had phone calls about this, and we're not supposed to share it. So I'm like, all through my head, I'm like, do I lie for Gretchen? Do I not lie for Gretchen? And I'm done. And no one is going to believe me, but I can lay in my head at night knowing I told the truth. And this might be the last time anyone sees me with this group of women. And so she gets up out of the chair. It says to be continued. And then the gossip going around today, I'm sure you saw this, is that we are not going to be seeing Katie for many episodes of Orange County. I don't know when she's coming back or not, but did you read, there was an, I wish I had saved the tweet. Beat me to the tweet. But basically it was like, the tweet said something along the lines of, yeah, she's not filming, I think because the women were uncomfortable with her. Right?
They refused
Did you
to
see
film
that?
with her. Yeah, they asked her out.
Which, I don't know. Doesn't sit well with me, to be honest. I think it's bullshit. They're all liars, and I don't.
Yeah, Team Katie. Katie is a compulsive liar. We've seen her do it a lot, but I also believe certain things that she said. I do believe that Gretchen said that she went to the hospital and was tested positive for drugs, and I also believe that Heather talked shit about, or Emily talked shit about Heather to her kids. I believe that as well. So, I would say. But then she lies about
such an issue with liars. If Emily has such an issue with liars, I would love to see who she voted for in November. That's all I have to say about that.
Save the children. Save the children. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. Good times. Now you're all stressed, but remember, it's just an idiotic TV show. And we just watched a bunch of women take lie detectors with all of their clothes, layers of clothes. So, take it for what it's worth. Still live your life.
It was
Live your life,
hilarious.
everybody.
Let's not get away from the fact that this was a hilarious episode, and it was very stressful, but deeply entertaining to me.
Yeah, but Team Katie, I hope she comes out on the top in the end. We'll see, because now we see all the alliances are changing because now Tamara is suddenly friends with Katie. So now Katie has Tamara on her side. So you never know when they're going to come out swinging and start taking these other liars down. So if we're gonna laugh and regale at one liar being kind of taken down, then let's do it while they're all taken down. I believe in you, Tamara and Katie. Team up and do your magic. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. Happy weekend. We will talk to you next week. Amazon Live is Monday, 4 p.m. Pacific time. Check our Instagram link in bio for links to that. And we'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye. Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors.
Ain't no thing like Allison King.
It's always a party on Allison Block.
Our way is the Amber way.
It's the Foster and the Furious. It's Amanda Foster. It's always automatic with Ashley Auto. Put your hands together for Carly Clapp.
Get on the right foot with Chrissy Offit.
She's not just a Sheila, she's a Daniela. Etchels.
We never miss her call. It's Diane Call.
Aaron McNicholas. She don't miss no trickolas.
Hava Nagila Weber.
You'll never hide from Heidi Eleanor Jones. I go, you go, we all go for Hugo. Jamie. She has no last namey.
She's our kind of mess. It's Jennifer Messer.
Sipped some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's our favorite streamer, Caroline Peacock.
Kristen the Piston Anderson. Get a bee in your bonnet with Lacey B.
Que sera, whatever will be, will Lauren Silsby.
Bringing the funk, it's Leslie Plunkett.
She gets an A from us. It's Lindsay D.
Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino. Fresh as a daisy, it's Maisie McHenry.
We love her on the rocks. It's Melissa Cox.
Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
This is Livin' with Michelle Vivian.
I love ya, Olivia Williamson. Tastier than Flanderson, it's Rachel Manderson.
She sure is swell. It's Raquel.
Yes, we canna, it's Savannah.
Cast a spell with Shannon Spellman. Let's share with Sharon Eldridge.
Darn Skippy. It's Tippy.
And our super premium sponsors. She's VVIP, it's Amanda V. Can't lose when you're with Amy Baldwin.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
Who, What, Why, Where, and Gwen Pentland.
Let's go into the woods with Guy Tubbs.
It's our queen. It's Queen Latifah.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall. Hail the Cork Master, the Master of the Cork, Jennifer Corcoran. We got our wish, it's Jen Plish.
She's not harsh, she's Jill Hirsch.
My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo. We love him madly, it's Kyle Pod Shadley. In the study with a candlestick, it's Leslie Peacock. Gee, it's Lisa H. We're ride or die for Lisa Ryder Barron. She's a whiz, it's Liz Sarthy. Always killing it, it's Lola Alkalani.
The incredible edible Matthews sisters.
She eases our woes. It's Melissa St. Rose.
There's a chance of meatballs. It's Rebecca Cloud.
Neat. It's Ronit Feldman.
She's the queen bee, it's Sarah Lemke.
We cannot tell a lie. It's Sarah Telefson.
Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Please don't stop, it's Soli and Pop. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
It's always a good time when you're wasting time with Bravo. She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.